Why use least squares for writing equations of lines? Imagine trying to draw a line through a bunch of scattered points on a graph. Sometimes the points are close to the line, but other times they are far away. How do we find the best line that fits all these points? That's where the least squares method comes in. It helps us find the line that best represents the overall trend of the data. The main idea is to minimize the total error between the points and the line. Error here means the vertical distance from each point to the line. But instead of just adding up these distances, we square each one first. Squaring makes sure all errors are positive and emphasizes larger errors more than smaller ones. This way, the line gets adjusted to reduce the biggest mistakes. When you have a set of data points, they rarely all line up perfectly on a straight line. The least squares method finds the single line that is as close as possible to all these points at once. It does this by calculating the slope and the y-intercept using formulas that involve adding up all the x values, y values, their products, and their squares. These calculations balance out the errors above and below the line, giving us a reliable way to see the overall pattern. In algebra, when you learn about writing equations of lines, you usually start with 2 points or a simple graph. But real-world data is often messy and not perfectly linear. Least squares gives us a systematic way to handle this messiness. It moves beyond just connecting to points and helps us find the best line through many points. This is very useful for analyzing data, spotting trends, and making predictions. For example, if you want to predict sales based on advertising money, the least squares method can help you find the line that best fits your past sales data. It helps you understand the relationship between the amount spent on advertising and sales, even if the data has some ups and downs. This makes it easier to forecast future sales or decide how much to spend on advertising. In short, the least squares method is used for writing equations of lines because it provides a clear way to find the most accurate line that fits a set of data points. It is a key tool in algebra for working with linear relationships and graphing, especially when data isn't perfect. It helps turn messy data into understandable patterns that you can analyze and use for decision-making.